Most people think making driving effortless means buying a nicer car. The real answer is 20 gadgets sitting on Amazon right now that handle the frustrating parts of driving for you, protect you from threats you never see coming, and quietly upgrade the car you already own into something that feels years ahead of what it was. Some cost less than a night out. A couple cost more than a weekend trip. Every single one does something real. Stay through number 1 because the technology in it was reserved for commercial fleets until very recently, and it is now available to anyone who commutes. Before we get started, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the latest AI gadgets, futuristic tech, and smart inventions. Also, check the links in the description if you want to learn more about any of the gadgets featured in today's video. Now, let's jump straight into the countdown. Number 20. The Kuoweihud OBD2 and GPS digital HUD display. The idea behind a heads-up display is simple. The information you check most while driving should appear in your line of sight rather than requiring you to look down at the cluster. The Kuoweihud delivers that idea at the most accessible price on this entire list. It connects through the OBD2 port to pull real-time vehicle data, including speed, RPM, coolant temperature, and battery voltage, and projects that information onto the windshield or a small transparent panel in front of the driver. A GPS mode runs in parallel for speed confirmation and navigation data. Alert functions flag when readings move outside safe thresholds, so you are not watching the temperature climb into the danger zone without noticing. Priced between $30 and $70, the Kuoweihud is the most affordable way to bring a feature usually associated with premium vehicles to any car built after 1996. And the visual transformation is immediate the first time the projection appears on the glass in front of you. Number 19. The CYCPLUS AL7 Smart Tire Inflator. A flat tire, or an underinflated one, ranks among the most common and most preventable problems in everyday driving. And the CYCPLUS AL7 is the device that removes the excuse for letting it happen. It is a portable, rechargeable compressor with a digital pressure display that lets you dial in your target SI before pressing start. Then inflates automatically and stops the moment the tire reaches that pressure. No guessing, no watching a gauge needle, no risk of overinflating. The compact form factor fits in a glove box or door pocket, and included adapters extend the usefulness to bicycle tires and sports equipment. An emergency light is integrated for roadside use after dark. At $50 to $100, this gadget earns its place by handling a genuinely inconvenient situation so cleanly that drivers who own one stop thinking about tire pressure as a problem at all. Number 18. The fixed Bluetooth OBD2 sensor. The check engine light is one of the most anxiety-inducing things that can happen in a car, largely because it tells you something is wrong without telling you what or how serious. The fixed sensor plugs into the OBD2 port, pairs with a phone over Bluetooth, and converts that vague amber light into a plain language explanation you can actually understand without automotive training. It monitors engine health continuously, flags fault codes with explanations rather than cryptic numbers, and sends maintenance reminders based on your actual mileage. The difference between knowing a code means a loose gas cap versus a misfiring cylinder is the difference between a calm drive to the gas station and an expensive tow you did not need. At $40 to $70, the fixed gives every driver the basic diagnostic visibility that previously required either a mechanic visit or a professional scanner. Number 17. The MobiBot 5-in-1's jump starter with air compressor. This is the emergency kit that fits behind the seat and covers 3 of the most common roadside situations in a single device. The MobiBot combines a jump starter rated at 2,000 amps of peak current with a 150 psi air compressor, a power bank for charging devices, and LED flashlight, and preset pressure controls with automatic shutoff. For new drivers, parents outfitting a teenager's first car, or anyone who drives in areas where roadside assistance response takes time. The combination of starting power and inflation capability in one package is the practical argument. You are not carrying 3 separate tools for 3 separate problems. At $70 to $120, the MobiBot sits in the car unused for months and then earns every cent of its price the afternoon something goes wrong far from help. Number 16. The MEUCI 3000A Jump Starter with Smart Air Compressor. Where the MobiBot covers the everyday driver, the MEUCI steps up the starting power considerably for those running larger engines. 3,000 amps of peak current puts diesel trucks and high-displacement petrol engines well within range. And the integrated compressor handles up to 150 psi, with preset and auto-stop functionality that makes inflation clean and precise. The digital display confirms pressure in real time, and USB charging outputs mean the unit doubles as a power bank when not in emergency service. At $80 to $130, the MEUCI is the version of this category that handles the vehicles most jump starters struggle with. And for truck owners or anyone in a region where cold weather kills batteries every winter. The extra output is the reason to choose this one over the lighter alternatives. Number 15. The BlueDriver Bluetooth Pro OBD2 Scanner. The BlueDriver takes the concept of the plug-in OBD2 sensor and adds a layer of professional diagnostic depth that separates it from the basic code readers in the category. It connects via Bluetooth to iPhone or Android, reads and clears fault codes across engine, transmission, ABS, and airbag systems, and generates repair reports that include possible causes ranked by frequency of occurrence alongside documented fixes from other owners of the same make and model. Live data streams show sensor readings in real time during a test drive, which is how intermittent problems that do not trigger stored codes get isolated and diagnosed. At $80 to $120, the BlueDriver makes any driver a more informed conversation partner the next time a mechanic explains what needs to be done and why. Number 14. The AutoSky Wireless CarPlay and Android Auto AI Box Lite. This is the upgrade that takes a car with factory-wired CarPlay and removes the cable without touching the head unit. The AutoSky plugs into the existing USB port, handles the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi handshake that wireless CarPlay requires, and from that point, the phone connects automatically on startup with no physical tether. Beyond the wireless conversion, the box opens the infotainment system to Android-based apps, adding streaming services and a broader application library to a screen the factory otherwise limits. Installation is plug-and-play with no tools required. For anyone who has managed a charging cable as part of every drive, the experience of getting in and having everything appear on screen without doing anything is the kind of improvement that sounds trivial until you live with it. At $70 to $100, the AutoSky is the most effortless upgrade on this list in both installation and daily use. Number 13. The CarlinKit CarPlay AI Box Mini. The CarlinKit takes the wireless CarPlay conversion further by running a full Android 11 environment behind the CarPlay interface, giving the factory screen access to Google Play, 4G connectivity, and the full range of Android apps alongside standard CarPlay functionality. The quad-core processor and 3 GB of RAM keep the interface responsive rather than sluggish, and 32 GB of onboard storage handles app installation without immediately filling up. Wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto both run through the same unit regardless of which phone platform is in the car. At $80 to $150, this is the version of the CarPlay AI box that makes the factory screen feel like it was always supposed to operate as a fully connected Android device. And the gap between what the manufacturer chose to offer and what the hardware could always support becomes obvious the first time a streaming app runs directly on the dashboard. Number 12. The Binize CarPlay AI box, Android 13, 8GB and 128GB. If the CarlinKit is the capable option, the Binize is the one for the driver who wants to treat the factory infotainment screen as a genuine media and navigation hub without compromise. Android 13 runs the operating system, 8 GB of RAM keeps multitasking smooth, and 128 GB of storage means apps, downloaded maps, and offline media coexist without constantly managing space. Built-in navigation functions independently of a phone connection, which matters most on long trips where cellular coverage becomes unreliable. Play Store access opens the full Android app library. At $140 to $220, the Binize is the premium tier of the AI box category, and the memory and storage configuration is what separates it from options that technically work but feel limited in extended daily use. Number 11. The Aprilboy 4K Smart Mirror Dashcam. The standard rear-view mirror is one of the most obstructed views in a modern car, Headrests, passengers, luggage, and rear window trim all reduce what you can actually see through it. The Aprilboy replaces that experience with a 12-inch display showing a live feed from the rear camera that is wider and cleaner than any optical mirror view. The 4K front camera records continuously, night vision handles low light capture at both ends, and ADAS alerts cover lane departure and front vehicle proximity. The blind spot detection system warns when vehicles enter the zones alongside the car that mirrors typically miss in heavy traffic. A G-sensor locks footage automatically during detected impacts, and GPS overlays location and speed onto the recording. At $100 to $130, the Aprilboy is the version of a dashcam upgrade that replaces the most frustrating visual limitation in everyday driving while adding active safety alerts at the same time. Number 10. The Neideso AI 4-channel dashcam. 4 cameras covering every angle simultaneously is the security configuration that leaves nothing undocumented. The Neideso records the front, rear, and interior simultaneously, giving rideshare drivers the cabin surveillance that protects against disputed passenger claims, families the coverage that documents every angle of a parking incident, and commuters the complete record that single camera systems cannot provide. AI-driven driving alerts monitor for collision risk and lane deviation in real time, issuing warnings before the situation develops rather than simply recording the outcome. Night recording across all channels captures usable footage in low-light conditions where most parking incidents happen. At $130 to $250, the Neideso is the right choice for anyone whose driving situation involves accountability from multiple directions. Number 9. The 70MI A810 4K front and rear dashcam. The 70MI A810 is built around the Sony Starvis 2 IMX678 sensor, which is the specification professionals point to when explaining why some dashcam footage is clear enough to read license plates in low light, while other footage is a blurry mess at the same distance. True 4K resolution on the front channel and a capable rear camera produce recording quality that holds up to close examination after an incident. GPS is integrated. Wi-Fi handles clip transfer to the companion app. ADAS alerts cover lane departure and the vehicle ahead. 4G support extends connectivity when used with compatible accessories. Parking mode runs AI motion detection that distinguishes a car reversing toward yours from a person walking past, reducing false alerts significantly. At $110 to $180, the A810 is the image quality benchmark in the mid-range dashcam category. Number 8. The Type S T400 Plus AI-powered driver assistance 4K dashcam. The Type S T400 Plus is the product on this list where the name directly matches what the device actually does. The 4K front camera handles the recording side, and the AI driver assistance layer runs lane departure warnings, forward collision alerts, and pedestrian detection in real time. A vehicle departure reminder triggers when the car ahead in traffic begins moving and the driver has not responded, which is the specific scenario behind the kind of minor rear-end incident that ruins a morning. GPS overlays location and speed onto all footage, and front and rear surveillance covers both directions. Active alerts during a drive are doing something meaningfully different from a device that simply records and lets you review afterward. At $150 to $250, the T400 Plus is the clearest product on this list for the driver who wants AI assistance watching the road alongside them. Number 7. The Vantrue N5 4-channel 360-degree dashcam. The Vantrue N5 covers every angle with 4 cameras while running the front at 2.7K and the remaining 3 at 1080p each. The Starvis 2 sensor handles image quality throughout. Infrared night vision in the cabin cameras captures interior detail in complete darkness, which matters most for rideshare drivers and anyone who wants documented evidence of what happened inside the vehicle. 5 GHz Wi-Fi transfers footage quickly enough that reviewing clips is practical rather than something you put off. GPS records location and speed continuously. A 24-hour buffered parking mode keeps all 4 cameras active when the vehicle is unattended, with storage support up to 512 gigabytes. Voice control lets you lock clips without removing your hands from the wheel. At $380 to $400, The N5 is the 4-camera system that requires no compromise on recording quality to achieve complete coverage. Number 6. The AI Automotive Thermal Night Vision Camera with HUD. This is the product that shifts the category from intelligent recording to genuine environmental sensing. Thermal imaging detects heat signatures rather than visible light, identifying pedestrians, animals, and obstacles in complete darkness, heavy rain, and fog, where a standard camera sees nothing, and headlights illuminate only a narrow cone ahead. The detection range extends to nearly 300 meters, and the 6.25-inch display presents thermal imaging alongside heads-up driving information in one combined view. An object alert system triggers when a heat source is identified in the vehicle's path, giving response time that a standard optical system cannot provide, because it depends on having enough light to form an image at all. At $300 to $600, this is a specialist product for drivers who cover rural roads or mountain passes where deer, pedestrians, or poor visibility present a genuine hazard rather than a theoretical one. Number 5. The Thinkware U3000 2CH Dashcam. Thinkware builds cameras for installations where footage must hold up as evidence, and the U3000 is the expression of that engineering philosophy in a consumer dashcam. The 4K front camera captures the road where critical details are legible rather than approximate. The rear camera adds coverage for situations that happen behind the vehicle. Advanced night imaging handles low-light recording at a level beyond what the sensor alone would suggest, which is the result of Thinkware's image processing. Wi-Fi handles clip transfer. GPS records location and speed. Intelligent parking surveillance keeps the vehicle monitored when unattended, and impact detection triggers emergency recording that locks the file before the loop can overwrite it. At $350 to $500, the U3000 is the dashcam for the driver who wants to install it once and never think about it again. Number 4. The Garmin Dashcam X310. Garmin's brand means something specific in driver technology, and the X3 Tow is the company bringing that reputation to 4K dashcam recording. The 140-degree field of view captures the full road scene, including the lanes on either side, and the built-in clarity polarizing filter reduces glare from wet roads that would otherwise wash out the image at exactly the moments when clear footage matters most. A 2.4-inch touchscreen handles playback and settings without requiring a phone app for basic operation. Voice commands let the driver lock a clip or confirm recording status without touching the device. GPS is integrated, and automatic incident detection locks footage immediately when sensors register a sudden change in vehicle motion. At $360 to $410, the X310 is for the driver who trusts Garmin's history of reliable navigation hardware and wants that standard applied to the recording device behind the mirror. Number 3. The BlackVue DR9770X Box 2CH+. The BlackVue DR970X is built around the premise that a dashcam should function as a connected security system rather than a passive recorder. 4K front recording through the Starvis 2 sensor produces footage where evidence value is not a question. The separate recording box handles processing and storage, keeping the camera compact enough to be genuinely discreet on a luxury vehicle installation. Cloud connectivity, when used with optional LT hardware, puts the camera online for live view, remote monitoring, and event notification from anywhere, which changes the relationship between the driver and the parked vehicle entirely. Parking mode runs intelligent event detection that distinguishes significant impacts from minor vibrations. Wi-Fi handles local clip management, and GPS tracks location and speed on every recording. At $300 to $557, the DR970X is for the driver who wants professional installation quality and connected monitoring whether the car is in the driveway or parked across the city. Number 2. The Nextbase IQ 4K Smart Dashcam Pro. The Nextbase IQ operates differently from every other dashcam on this list because it is designed as a connected system rather than a standalone recording device. 4K front recording is the baseline. The RoadWatch AI layer processes live footage to identify lane departure, forward collision risk, and driver fatigue in real time, issuing alerts during the drive rather than producing a recording for review afterward. SmartSense Parking uses AI motion detection to monitor the vehicle when parked and sends alerts to a companion app when an incident is detected. 4G connectivity keeps the camera online for live view, remote clip access, and emergency SOS, which automatically contacts emergency services when a significant incident is detected and the driver does not respond. At $349 to $500, the Nextbase IQ is what a dashcam becomes when you connect it to the network and give it a continuously active AI layer that does not wait for something to go wrong before it starts working. Number 1. The Vantrue E3 Lite 3 Channel Dashcam. This is the one that redefines effortless driving. 3 cameras cover the front, rear, and interior with AI-assisted monitoring, while infrared night vision keeps the cabin visible in darkness. ADS provides real-time lane departure, forward collision, and driver fatigue alerts. Emergency file locking protects incident footage, while GPS tracks location, speed, and routes. Wi-Fi enables easy clip transfers, and parking mode activates all 3 cameras when unattended. Priced around $150 to $250, the Vantrue E3 Lite offers complete 3-channel coverage and active AI safety monitoring at an impressive value. Those were 20 incredible AI car gadgets that make driving effortless. From smart inflators and diagnostic sensors to connected 4K cameras and AI-powered safety systems that work every time the car moves. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest AI gadget discoveries. Which gadget was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear your pick. You will find links to every gadget featured in this video in the description below, with prices accurate at the time of publishing. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.